Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I am Carissa Wiley here with my friend Jody. She is the, remind me, operations manager? Is that
Director
what?
of Operations.
Director of Operations at Pink Fresh Studio. And this is her first time going live. I'm excited to have her today for this special sneak peek for Pink Fresh Studio. You guys, we're going to have such a great time, and you're going to get a look at the brand new Fables and Forests release, which is coming next week to the Pink Fresh Studio shop. So let's hear you in the comments if you are excited for Jody to be here, if you're excited for this special sneak peek. Let us know in the comments. We are excited to be here with you. Now, there's a couple of things I want to get to before we turn our cameras around and get down to our desktop and start creating with you. The first thing is that we have a very special giveaway today. We are giving away to one lucky person the entire Forests and Fables release, which is a $378 value. I cannot even believe that Pink Fresh Studio is so generous. They do this every time we do a sneak peek, and it's so excited. So the way that you enter if you're watching live is you chat along in the comments. You let us know what you're excited about, help answer people's questions. All of those things count towards an entry into the giveaway today. You can also share this video on another platform like Facebook in a group where it allows you, or through a text message, through an email. Come back here, let us know that you shared it, and that will count as an additional entry into the giveaway as well. Now, for those of you watching on replay, don't worry, we have something special for you too. We will pick two lucky winners from the comments, so not the live chat, but the comments after on the replay, and we will choose two lucky winners for a $50 Pink Fresh Studio gift card each. And I think that is just so fabulous. Don't forget, if you have not already, to subscribe to the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel, like this video, and turn on the notifications. The notifications make sure that you get notified every time we go live, every time we post a brand new video, and you don't want to miss out. So, one more thing before we get to our desktops to create. Jody, why don't you tell us about a very special event that's coming up over at Pink Fresh Studio?
Yes, Create and Connect is coming up. It's our October holiday card making event, and they're absolutely top notch, fabulous. The instructors are amazing. The product offered is amazing. There's a 30% discount off retail of the value of the products, plus all education is free. And Kinnery is very passionate about that. So you get a great deal on the products, free education, camaraderie, community, and you walk away with 24 cards. So I don't know. I've done the past two personally, and I really love them.
That's so awesome. And everybody loves some holiday card making. And there is, correct me if I'm wrong, there's already a kit unboxing over on the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel, so you can take a look.
Yes.
But I do know that those seats are selling fast. So if it's something that you want to get in on, make sure that you go over and register and save your spot for that special Create and Connect event. Jody, I'm going to go ahead and go to me. I'm going to let you go to your overhead camera. So for all of you watching, are you so excited about this? Yeah, we have Jennifer, Yana, Nicole Spohr is going to be teaching. Of course, Kathleen is going to be teaching. Christina is going to be teaching. And they are just super fun events for you to get involved in. So make sure that you get your spot. We have about 20% of the kits left, says Kinnery. So we're going to go over to the side by side. Hopefully everything works out. Look at that, like clockwork. We're good, Jody. We are so good. We did it.
Yeah.
Carissa is definitely doing some behind the scenes producing here. I'm going to zoom Jody in just a touch. and bring her view just down just a bit so that we can see her workstation really well. And we're gonna start creating. Jody, why don't you tell us about the kit or the little product suite that we're creating with today?
Sure thing. We chose Flower Market, which is a stamp die stencil combo, and we'll see what we come up with. I'm sure it'll be very different. I'm shaking in my boots a little, so y'all go easy on me.
Everybody's so happy that you're here. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And Jody, I know that you're going to do a great job. I'm going to start with my stenciling. So I'm going to pull this out. This is a 6-piece stencil set. And on the back of your stencil sets, don't forget that you always have some inspiration there for your color palette. It also will kind of guide you through the stencil set. So as you're working with it, you can kind of figure out, oh, that's what I'm stenciling right there. And I have to tell you, I practiced this one, which I don't normally do, and it came in handy. So Jody looks like she has hers pre-stamped, and she's gonna do that. I'm actually gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna stencil and then stamp. So
Okay,
we'll
so
give you some tips.
yep. And I did want to mention, I also practiced ahead of time because, of course, I did. And I realized that you need a little bit bigger piece of paper on this, and you do need to place your stamp in a specific area because the die is a little bit on the larger side and it has some extra greenery that's not in the stamp. So you're going to need room to die cut your leaves, your awning, and the base of the flower market. So just keep that in mind so you can kind of see where I have it in my Misty.
Yep, and then if you want to do your stamping afterwards, I'll give you some tips on showing you how to do that. So we have some different color palettes picked out. I am going to do a little white ink blending on stencil number 1, and the way that you do a little bit of white ink blending is actually you do just a touch of gray. So I'm going to start with just a touch of gray towards the bottom of my awning little pieces here and towards the top. I'm not going to blend with the entire thing over the entire area. And Jody, what color are you first going to use? I know what colors you're going for in the end.
Yes, I am going for some hot pink and teal type of situation. I love hot pink. I love bright colors. So you'll often find me wearing black, but I have loud other things like cards and purses and, things like that.
I love that. I love that. Black is always such a classic look. And then if you can bring in a pop of color with some accessories, I'm always for that. I'm going to do a little something on my end. I feel like I'm a little blown out. So I'm going to take you guys down on the brightness just a bit there. So that you can see what I'm doing here. Sometimes you get all these whites in the shot and they just want to blow out. So fix that there. And then on my side posts, I'm going to do just a little bit of blending, but I can always, after this is die cut, kind of intensify the shading that I do on this little flower stand, which is so cute. It harkens back to our little like bake shop that we had earlier this year. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it had the little sweets and things. And I created a little shaker card out of that one earlier this year. I think live. Yeah. I think Jody was even moderating for me that day. So Jody is
yes,
doing a little masking over there to keep her pink out of the base of the flower stand or flower market.
Yep. Yeah, the flower stand. And I use this 4-inch mint tape from scrapbook.com. I know that I can use like a smaller type of tape, and I have that as well. But this is kind of a large area, and I just really wanted to be sure that it didn't get messy. So I just went for the full sheet.
Yeah. And I always say you have to find things that work for you. I tend to be a little willy-nilly, and sometimes that bites me in the tushy. So I love I love working with careful crafters because I like to see how they kind of do things. because I'm not like super careful.
Well, I am your perfect counterpart then because I am the opposite of willy-nilly. So we're good.
We are good. It's like the yin and
Yeah.
the yang here together. So much fun.
Yes. I'm Precision Patty. We'll call me that.
I love it. I love it. So I'm going to work on stencil number 2 because I may have to go back to stencil number 1. We'll see what happens when all of this gets laid down together. But I'm going to work on stencil number 2, which is the other stripes of my awning. And so I'm going to start with darker color towards the bottom of these and darker color towards the top, and then kind of let my highlight be in the middle. Ooh, Jody, that is looking so good. It looks like you're using aquamarine there to do
Yes.
the base of your flower stand, and I love that so much. And a large blending brush, which is going to make sure that you get like that nice soft blend that we all love.
Absolutely. It's my favorite. And I'm going for darker right under the awning top and under the ledge, just to show that it's kind of like under some shade.
Yeah. So Jody's paying attention to her shadows. I love that. I love that so much. So let us know, have you signed up for Create and Connect, the Create and Connect event? I want to hear you in the comments or the live chat here to see how many of you will be. Oh, look at that. People are noticing what you're blending on. And Kinnery's kind of giving them a little hint of something that may be coming. A little
Oh, well,
prototype.
I will leave all that to Kinnery and keep concentrating on what I'm doing over here.
You can't sneak anything by this group of people. They notice everything, Jody. They
Right.
notice everything. So
Hey,
I'm doing,
and when
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say when she's here, she can do whatever she wants. So
Yeah, she's the boss. She gets to say, she
yes.
gets to spoil whatever she wants, and we're totally fine with that. But what an exciting little sneak kind of drop there. It's Jody who is sharing it, says Kinnery, and she's laughing. That's funny. I'm just in my Misty stamping tool over here. And putting everything in the corner, and I use like a half sheet of cardstock so that I wouldn't have to overthink things. And like I said, we're doing things in a little bit different order because Jody stamped first and then is stenciling, and I'm stenciling and then I'm going to stamp. So there's multiple ways to do it. I switched to a bigger blending brush for my base here just because I wanted to get in there and get it done. And then there's on stencil number 2, there's like a little floral area. I see Jody just did hers.
Whoops.
And I'm gonna do mine in Candy Violet. I chose like a really different color scheme for me today. I'm doing a lot of oranges, which is different. We'll just say that. But I tested it and I like it. I like it just fine. So
I plan to
right.
pull in a little bit of orange as well.
And then I am on, let's see, actually, before I do this, actually, I think I'm good on my shading. And I'm going to just hold this up for a second to see if you all can see this, because it's hard to see with the, do you see the bit of gray blending that we have going on? So I just did a little bit of darker, it's Misty Coast, but I intensified my ink near the top and the bottom. And then I just put a little on the sides of the front and these posts. And that kind of gives me that quote unquote white blending that, that can be tricky to achieve. So just
That looks awesome.
go light. This is my recommendation. My recommendation is to go light at first, and you can always add more shading, but you can't take it away. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes when you're looking at it, it doesn't feel like you're putting a lot of gray down, but then you pull up your stencil and later on you're like, whoa, where did all that color come from? All right, I'm using
Okay.
Mimosa for my first orange. And I'm going to mix some families here.
That's a
And
rebellious thing to do. I love it.
I know. I have a bent towards rebellion sometimes. I have to keep it in check.
I'll be the boring one over here.
Are you staying within the families of the oranges?
Yes, I generally do. Again, type A,
Yeah.
must follow the rules. Not that it's a rule, but
That's so
but for,
interesting because I would consider myself a type A too, but I feel like maybe crafting is that one spot where I'm like, oh, whatevs. It's
yeah.
interesting because I would definitely consider myself type A. I don't know what other type I would be. So,
So I started with peach fuzz and now I'm just adding a little bit of contrast with persimmon.
love it. I'm using persimmon too. I'm
Great
gonna actually,
minds.
I know, it's that like terracotta feel that I
Yes,
was going
exactly.
for. Yep.
Well,
So
this product suite begs for that, so makes
it really
sense.
does. And I love how you're doing such a bright, like a bright palette with your terracottas and stuff. And then over here, I have like this more like earthy palette, really, that's
Yes.
happening.
And
It's
just
always
so you
fun.
all are aware, just to keep myself moving, when I remove my stencils, usually I would hold them in the air, spray them with a little alcohol, wipe them with a cloth. For today's purpose, I'm throwing them on the floor because I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to be honest.
When you're crafting live, some things just they have to just wait. We'll just say it that
Yep.
way. And
I'm
I'm going
trying
to
to
go,
remember to show you all what colors I'm using, but right now we're moving on to Ocean Breeze and Aquamarine again.
so I did candy violet for my florals on this one, and then I did the persimmon for the pots here. So my pots are all going to be in that earthy tone.
Those are gorgeous.
Just a little mix there.
Need to grab
Now
my heat.
I'm doing something a little different too, because I'm going to skip my stars and my moon, and I am just going to I'm just going to skip those, and I'm going to skip the little moons on the pot. So I'm going to just make my own way here. And I think it's fun sometimes to just do your own thing.
I'm catching a theme here with both you and Kathleen. So my nickname for her is the Creative Rebel, and I'm gonna have to come up with one for you. Carissa, I didn't realize you were such a rebel.
I guess I am. I don't know. I guess I am. We should ask my
I love.
mom.
We should.
She would definitely tell you yes. As a teenager, I was quite rebellious. So, but it's all good now. We've made up. We're friends.
That's awesome.
All right, so I'm on the final stencil here, which is fine that we're not in the same spot because I still have to stamp. So, and Jody does not have to stamp. So for my final stencil, I'm going to use a mix of grassy knoll and fresh pear. So I'm just going to go over most of it I'm going to go over all of it with the fresh pear and then come back with some grassy knoll to just do a little bit of shading.
Now, I stamped these images a few hours ago because I knew that I was going to use Lemon Whip. And I don't know if you're aware, but, well, I'm sure you are. The nemesis of black is yellow. Yellow will smear your black worse than anything else.
I did not know
So,
this actually. So this is
really?
news to me.
Okay. So, well, I moved my stencil. Yes. So I am very careful when I know that I'm going to use yellow because it never fails. It will make it bleed. And it's bizarre because it's so light comparatively, but it will take out your black.
That is so interesting. I totally did not know that. See, you taught me something today, Jody. And
Well,
I'm sure you taught everybody else.
I hope so.
Yeah. Jody is so helpful, says Lucy G. Cards. Great addition to the team, Kinnery. I love that
Oh, thank you,
comment.
Lucy. I do too. Y'all have been so very kind to me, and I have loved every minute of my time with Pink Fresh. And I actually was going to talk to Kennery about this soon, but I'm very excited because I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary with Pink Fresh.
Wow, has it been a year already? That is
Yes,
crazy.
isn't it?
It is.
It flew by and it has reignited my love for card making, which I'm super excited about. The products are just so amazing and top notch, and I have been crafting like crazy.
I love that. It's like a
Well,
revival, crafting revival
yes,
for you. That's
I needed
awesome.
that so bad.
That is so wonderful to hear. All right. So I have all my stenciling done. Jody's still working over there, but that's good because I still have to stamp. So I'm going to take this, and there is the little plant stamp. Now, obviously, this is not bad on its own. You're just kind of missing some of the stems, but you could use this stencil set on its own if you wanted to, and you could even draw in some stems. But, and you notice that I skipped the little star banner too, which I'll show you how I do this. But I had a piece, here it is. I'm going to take a piece of acetate and cover my stenciling. That way, if my stamp is dirty, I'm not going to mess anything up, but I'm also going to show you how I'm going to test the positioning. And I am going to take and look through my stamp and just kind of line it up over the stenciled images that I did. So I got my head in there, but sometimes we just got to get our head in there. And I'm going to pick up my, hold up. I'm going to pick up my stamp with the lid of my Misty. It's going to pick up my acetate. That's okay. I'm going to put it back down. And then I'm going to ink this up. Now, I can mask off the star garland, but I'm going to trim that off, and so I don't need to actually mask it off. I could have blended it, so I just didn't, just to show you that there's options, like if you wanted to blend this directly onto your card front. And I'm going to ink this up in detail black. And then Jody kind of alluded to this already, but if you're stamping in detail black and then you're going to blend right away, you can smear this ink because it's a hybrid ink, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now I've stamped on the acetate. I can check my positioning. It looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to remove the acetate. I'm going to re-ink, and then I'm going to stamp. Carrie Goldstein says, I love all the colors in Jody's florals and pots.
Oh, thank you. Y'all have to
And
forgive me for sleeping on the comments over here because, you know,
I'm
we're
keeping
lucky
up
I'm
for
functional.
us.
Okay, good, good. Okay,
I'm
and I
keeping up
have
for
just
us.
lined up my stencil and with the die. And with this, I usually pull my bottom plate over to my work desk. I have all my array of mint tapes in different widths. And with this image in particular, just make sure your stars and your pots are nice and lined up and everything else will fall in line. So I'm going to go die cut this.
Awesome. And I'm stamping here. So once I have this stamped, I am ready to move on to my die cutting as well. So we actually ended up in a pretty good place. All right. So Jody showed you how to line that up. You know what I should have done? I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment too, because I can just die cut it all at once. And I didn't think of that before. And I'm going to do black and white because I think black and white looks so good with all this green.
I love that color combo. I've been wanting a shirt that color, and I have not found one yet. That
The
beautiful
green?
green. Yes.
Yeah, I actually have one. I'll send it to you. It's on Amazon. It's kind of like a mock neck like I'm wearing today. It's like a lightweight
Yeah.
sweater. Yes.
You were wearing it in Vegas, and I was jealous. So I do remember.
It's Amazon.
All right. And I am using our Pink Fresh Precision Clear Craft Glue. This is the 1 ounce bottle, which was exclusive to an event. But I took the event, so I got it. And this is a random metal tip that I had. I just kind of like fake screw it on. It stays on forever, but I am heavy-handed with everything. Inking, gluing, look at my hands. I'm sure yours are like nice and neat. I'm a mess. So this just helps me.
I have some green and black on me. So
Okay.
we're actually even there.
On par. All right.
Line mine up.
And I'm just stacking my decorated die cuts on blank whites to make them more sturdy.
Ooh, she took some time to pre-cut some stuff. That was so smart.
I did. Well, you know.
This magnet is way too tight for me to be moving these into place. So I'm going to actually do this on my work surface and then put it on the magnet because I'm having a hard time sliding things into place here. Okay. And then I'm going to go by Jody's advice, and I'm going to make sure that my stars and my pots are all lined up, and then I should be good. And I'm just double checking kind of around the feet and the greenery, make sure that's all filled in. And then I can just take a couple little pieces of tape, hold that in place, and now we can run it through the die cut machine. I got new plates for today. Look at this. They're just so pristine. You guys ready to ruin them? Here we go. We're going to ruin them. Your nails are lovely, Jody and Carissa. We were talking about that ahead of time. Jody says she wears red 96% of the year, and I wear pink 96% of the year. So I love me a good red lip, though. Not going to lie.
Okay, and that's where we part ways. So there you go. I'm not bold enough for that. I'll wear red on my fingers, on my toes, but yeah. That looks good with your hair.
Yeah, if I'm dressed up, I like a good red lip. I will tell you that.
All right. I didn't practice this or anything, but if you score the bottom of this at 3/8 of an inch, I think it will perfectly fold. Let's just try this. Not that I've tried it or anything.
Melissa says, I love new plates, but I hate cutting into them. Me too. It's just like, I want to see if that works because I might do it too. How did it go? Oh, 3/8 of an inch.
3/8 of an inch. And it's a little wet still, so it's folding a little. It's kind of mad at me. I'm going to leave it alone for a minute. But yes, if you flip it on its side, score at 3/8 of an inch, you will have an eave that will fold down. And I will show you this one that I did ahead of time.
Oh,
see?
That looks
Beautiful.
Great. Oh, I might just copy that. I love that so much. I was going to, I'm going to double the foam behind mine, but I might do that too. Love that. Getting all my little greenery pieces out of here. They're being a little buttery.
And I'm just, alrighty, and I'm preparing my card base. And I am doing a little bit of a interesting fold today, but I'm scoring at 5.5 and then flipping my card base around and scoring again at 4.5. And that's going to leave us this 1 inch spot here that we're going to do something a little different with.
Love that. We have so much time, Jody, so just slow down and enjoy the process. We are so good. I'm going to take this, my little floral stand, and I'm going to trim off my little star banner. Just snip, snip. Right there and there. Okay. That's so cute on its own. I love that. I could use that for something else. We're going to set him up here and make sure that he gets a place eventually. Okay.
So where that score line was, I folded up on the line and I'm securing that down so that when the card is opened, that part's not going to move. Only the bottom 4/5 is going to move.
4/5. She's good at
Ap-
fractions, y'all.
Approximately.
Approximately. I'm scoring at 3/8 of an inch over here, like you did.
It does work. I was pretty excited about it.
It is, it's such a cute look. I mean, how could I resist? Look how easy it is to snip off that string of lights, says Holly. Yeah, these are definitely things that you can customize and, you know, make your own. So I love that about stencils and stamps. Don't be afraid to kind of go your own way with them. Do the rebellious crafter thing.
Be brave.
Ooh. Are you doing more purple in the background, or is that just on your thing from
It's
earlier?
on, it's just on there from earlier from masking.
Okay. Well, the purple and that blue look so good on that mint tape. I'm just,
It does, right? I did
it
test
does.
out that combo a little bit, but it was a little too much. See, these are my tests.
Oh, yeah. But I like it.
So
I like it maybe for something else.
for something else, yeah. But and I'm always testing my cardstock before I put it down. Like I have usually a piece of cardstock to my right, and I'll do a little dabble, and then do another little dabble, and then I'll decide, okay, do I like it? Do I not? And then move on. I
Love
rarely
that.
just jump right in.
She's cautious. She's cautious, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
All right. I have a piece of cardstock here. Look at this. I wrote it down so I could tell you all. 2¼ by 3¼ inches. Right here. This is cut to fit behind my shop window here. And I'm going to bring in just a touch of color to this. We're just going to do a whisper, a little ocean breeze. Looks like we both have the same color here. So this is going to provide some contrast for the background that I'm going to place it on. So it's just going to give it a little bit of light behind it. Fanny's loving the release. This is only one part of it. I mean, you just wait until you see the rest of this release, Fanny. A very unique sentiment. I did the rooting for you. And Karen says that's a very unique sentiment, and she loves it. I love that.
I love cheering on my friends, so I think it's perfect for that.
Yes. And I think I'm going to put mine at the top like it's the shop name.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, like use the sentiment as the shop name. We'll see how it all comes together. Are you sneaking any other products? Because we had permission to sneak like something else. I don't know
I
if you are.
am.
Okay. So am I.
Yes.
We didn't even
Okay.
talk about what each of us was sneaking, but
We didn't. I wonder if it'll be the same.
I'm going to guess no. Hey, let us know in the comments. Do you think we picked the same second product to sneak? I'm with our color palettes being so different. I think we're not going to end up at the same, but I don't know. Let us know. Oh, and Kennery reminded that there are sneaks that are going to happen this week for the release. So you'll see more of the products that are coming. And we don't have these products linked in the YouTube description because they're not available yet. They're available next week. It's September 23rd, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, September 23rd. What time, Jody? I always
9
mess up the
a.m.
time.
Central. Yep, 9 Central.
9 Central. And for those of you who need to calculate, that is 7 o'clock Pacific time, and that is 10 o'clock Eastern time. So there you go. I did all the math for you guys. No complaining about math. It's all done.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I've decided that I want to ground my flower market a little bit. So I'm going to mask off and create some cement.
I love that. I almost did that. But I decided to just do my product in the background instead.
Okay. And I'm using my grid mat to make sure that I'm getting that line straight because, you know, precision is what I do.
Melissa says that I'm going to say you are going to pick different products.
I can't wait to find out personally.
I know. I'm kind of, everybody's like, can you just do it now? Well, we have to get to that part. Like, we can't just, like, Precision
Right.
Patty has to go in order over there. We can't just say, stop everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you for accommodating me. I love that.
Carissa's Ocean Breeze looks blue and Jody's looks more green. Well, it's definitely like a green blue, I would say. It's kind of the aquas. Francis said, thank you for taking care of the math, Carissa. You betcha. You betcha, Francis. I'm happy to do it for you. I don't always get it right, but I do my best. That's like a famous soundbite, isn't it? I'm doing my best, Tom, or I do my best. What do you do for a living? I do my best.
Okay, this is my version of being adventurous. I'm going to try something that I just thought of. Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Oh,
Look at me go.
I love this.
Do you know what I'm doing?
I know what you're going to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, see, it's kind of wet, so it's not sticking very well. But we're gonna go ahead anyway because now it's in my brain and I can't let it out. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do tape. I'm just gonna do cardstock. So
Or
I
grab
am
the edge
going
of
to,
your stencil and you could hold it in place, or cardstock. Yep.
yeah,
Depends on if you like the slip or the grip.
right. Okay, and I'm just gonna try to make little, just a little bit of dimension here, like it's a sidewalk line.
Love it. Love it.
Now this is me stepping out of my comfort zone, y'all. So
I love it.
just so you know. Oh, yes, it worked.
Looks so good. So I just have some foam on the back of my plants and such, and I am going to just remove the backer here and place this little piece that I made for the inside of my shop on the back of this. I've had a lot of coffee and not a lot and no food, so I'm on the jitter side of things. Okay, look at that. So now we have
I did have
perfect little
breakfast. Oh, beautiful. But I did have to skip lunch because I was too nervous. So I told my husband, I said, no lunch for me, please. Can't eat.
Well, it is like literally only 10:39 here, so it's not like I'm famished and I've been going all day without anything to eat. So to be
Okay, so
fair,
you're good.
yes, to be fair, I'm totally fine. I usually don't eat till about noon anyway, so we're good.
I think that looks kind of cute.
I like
It's giving
that.
sidewalk, right?
It is totally giving sidewalk.
All right.
Totally giving sidewalk.
Whoops. I need an edge to fold up a little.
And I'm just doing like a double layer of foam adhesive on the back side of my awning. I'm not going to put this down yet because I'll put it down on my actual card front, but I'm just kind of getting everything prepped while it's here in front of me, and then we can deal with the assembly later. And I think, will that work? Yeah, that'll work.
And I'm doing foam tape on the back of my awning as well. But I'm going to do a triple layer along the bottom and a single layer up top so that I can continue that sloped appearance.
Love that.
And if you cut your foam tape at an angle like this, when you go to do the next layer, just flip your piece around, take off the liner, and then it'll be ready for that angle again.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show my sneak peek. I'm gonna give them a little appetite, a little whet their appetite just a little bit. I know.
I see. Look what I just did.
Oh no, what'd you do? I can't even see
I
it.
got I got ink on my
Okay,
awning.
so it looks like splatter, so just splatter it. That's what it looks
Well,
like to me.
I'll use my one on reserve that
Oh,
I
there
did
you go.
beforehand.
There you
So
go.
see, I have a reserve everything. I have, I'm ready for this. But I
She's
am gonna
ready.
clean. Yeah.
So I'm sneaking the Bloomlight Stitches cover plate die. This is so much fun. So did we pick the same one? The same thing to sneak?
Nope.
I knew we
I'm
wouldn't.
using petal trellis.
Petal trellis, which makes total sense with this, but I'm going to use this one. It's so much
Yes.
fun. It's got a lot of like, more of like the stitch style lines in it. It's not like a true cut. It does cut like these holes that you'll see here in just a bit, but I'm going to do that on some green cardstock. We're going all green. It's like, it's a Kate Spade kind of day, you know?
Yes.
Let's see. So I'll just run this through my die cut machine. Jennifer Picard says, Pink Fresh cover plates are the best. Well, you're going to be happy with this release, my
Very
friend.
happy.
And I love that this one does not have like an outer border, so I can put this directly on my card front or I can on my card base, either one, and it works. Love the new
And
covered plates. Look, Kathleen's here.
of course she is. Thank you, Carrie, for loving my sidewalk.
I think it's great. I think it's got a lot of dimension. All right, so I have this, and then I'm going to use my dual tip embellishment tool, that little rounded edge, to just poke out the little parts that did not fall out on their own. And then you can see those are the parts that cut, but you get all those fabulous stitching lines in this. So much fun. I'm obsessed with cover plates lately, says Melissa. Well, yeah. They're
Same.
such a great way to just add a little something. It can be a simple card, and then you have that texture or pattern in the background, and it just really brings everything to life, which I love.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta scroll back up and see what Kathleen said. Had to check in on Jody and show support. Yeah, she's doing great, Kathleen. And Carrie said, did Kathleen sneak in here too? Yes, she sure did. Emily loves the cover plate that I'm using. And Carol says cover plates are her newest go-to on cards. She loves them. And Kathleen just told everybody that, Kinnery just told everybody that Kathleen is off work this week. Yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, but here she is showing up for us.
Right. And I've heard from her about more than this. So, yes, she is definitely sneaking in work.
Okay, so I have two options. I can do this green. You guys can vote in the comments on a green, and that way what you get is just like texture, just texture. Or if you put it on a like contrasting card base, like the white, then you see the little white dots come through. And I think this would be so fun to actually take stitches like in a metallic thread and run this on this cover plate that I've used, which I've already forgot the name of. We will talk about it again. Bloomlight Stitches. Bloomlight Stitches. So you could actually do some metallic thread. White, white, Pink Fresh Studio, so it's US A2 size, right? Yes, it is A2 size, Fettuccine. It
Nope.
is the background, no?
No,
Is that
no,
what
I'm talking to
oh,
myself.
oh, got it. I was like, am I wrong? Yes, so it
Nope,
four
you're
and a
not.
quarter by 5.5. I was like, it works on an A2. Okay, I get
Okay,
a lot of
so
white here.
no, what I was saying no to is that I did not check the height of my flower market stand before I adhered it down, and I would have to put my awning too high. So I need to cut my stars off, which is fine, so that my awning can be in the
You know
correct
what you could
position.
do with them? You could put them along the base of that flower market right there. So like in the front of the counter.
Yeah, that would work.
So like they could go down here if you wanted to put them on there. Okay. Now this is the one that you kind of have to be careful with because you don't want to get adhesive coming out of the holes. So I'm just going to use, I think, a tape runner. I think a tape runner is going to be my friend, and I'm just going to go between here. Make sure I get some on the edges to hold this down. And I'm just going to put this onto a white card base.
And I'm going to cut my cover plate out. And again, I'm using the petal trellis. And while I'm thinking about it, as I walked over to grab my A2 panel, I'm going to give you all a tip, especially the event attendees. So you see this stack of paper here, and it's backed with this cardboard. I take a ream of Hammermill 100-pound cardstock to Office Depot, Staples, whatever. I go to Office Depot, and I have them cut it once down the center long ways, and then I have top folding card base, and then on one half of it I have them cut it into A2 panels. So I have panels and card bases for days. I generally make only top folding for some reason, but I also have them do it the other way, where it's the long piece of paper cut in half this way, and then I'll have some 8.5 by 5.5 panels. But it literally was like $6 to get it done for 2 reams of paper, and it's worth every penny.
It totally is worth every penny to have pre-cut pieces in your stash and just be ready to create whenever it is. Now, when I'm looking at this on my card front, there is a lot of white. I feel like it could use a little more shadow, so we're gonna do a little more shadow before I put it on. Probably would have been better had I done it before, like I put the foam on the back and all that, but you know, you live and you learn. So we're just gonna intensify that. There's just too much white, which we still want it to read white. We're going for white, but we want a little bit of shadow. So we're gonna bring a little bit more Misty Coast in. And that's just that's a product of the dye inks kind of drying back too. So, you know, you can go a little lighter at first and build up that color later once you see like your true color that you're getting there. So don't be afraid to go back and add a little more shading where you need it. And that just gave it just a little bit where it's a little less stark on the front. Go a little heavier.
And I'm wanting to decorate this top inch where I have this little hinge. So I'm using my ruler to figure out what segment of this paper I can get out of an inch. And lo and behold, it's from the edge of one diamond to the edge of another. So I'm going to cut this down into a 1-inch strip, knowing where I need to cut here. So I'm going to do that real quick.
All right, and I am getting ready. Note to self, get all the cover plates, says Holly. Yes, absolutely. They're great for just like when your card needs something and you just don't know what it is, and you don't have to add like another color or another element. You can just add a little texture, and that's, you know, that's enough. Jody is doing great, says Sharon. I agree. I'm just having a sip of coffee over here and
Thanks, y'all.
having look at the comments. Thank
I'm
you all
creating
for
quite
your
a mess.
encouragement. I know it does get messy because you can't clean as you go. You have to just
No.
keep moving. Okay.
And see, that fits perfectly right there. Looks so cute.
Okay, I'm gonna put this guy here-ish. I'm not gonna push him down just yet because I'm gonna make sure that I kind of get my awning where I want it. Yeah, we'll be good there. I'm kind of using the pattern on the cover plate. If you can see, my feet are kind of aligned with these two outer dots here, and then I can align my awning to where it kind of lines up to make that all good too. So, and then if you're using foam adhesive and it's too sticky for you, you could put a little bit of liquid glue on top of the foam adhesive before you start taking this to your project so that you can slide it around into place. See how it's not letting me slide because it's grabbing immediately? I'll just do this and get that centered up. And then I have my little awning there with some dimension. Okay.
And then I'm going to snap my sentiment.
I'm going to put this guy up here like he is the name of the shop. Love
That's
the petal
adorable.
trellis so much. A glue stick.
It's so pretty.
Okay.
I was looking for a larger segment of it. Here's a larger segment of the petal trellis. You can see I tried ink blending and didn't like it. And then I also tried dry embossing it, which I thought it looked really cool too.
Yes. Yeah. And you can do that with any of the cover plates. You can use them to make an impression rather than actually cut them, and it will give you a whole new look. Carissa's green on green is making me swoon. I'm glad you like it. I was feeling like I needed the pop of black in here too. So I have that sentiment, like the rooting for you sentiment at the top. I'm going to just get that lined up there. It's very, I was feeling very Kate Spade inspired by that. And then I think what I'm going to do is just kind of tuck in a few of these, what I like to call leaferys at the top. Just the little greeneries that we have.
And I set up these sentiments in advance. Just something that I do organically when I craft is if I'm going to be using a product suite and I'm stamping a sentiment, I just stamp all of them or however many I can fit on one panel. I like to have a little tray of them to use for the next card, and then I don't have to go through the same process again. So it's just a little like time saving hack that I use, and then I have tons of sentiments on hand.
Yep, and I don't often do all of them, but sometimes I'll stamp a couple at a time, and you can just store them in with the stamp set if you don't use them all during that crafty session. And then you have some for the next time that you pull that stamp set out. You have them all ready to go, and you're one step closer to a completed card, which I love.
Yep, that's exactly what I do as well.
Now, I could make this, if you were here for the live where I made the little sweet shop thing, a shaker card, you could totally make this a shaker card. You would just put some acetate behind the pots and the front of this shop, and then do some shaker bits in here, and that would be a fun way to use this as well. And there's something that will help you coming in this release to create those shaker cards. So you will love it. If you were in the last event, you probably have gotten a little taste of it already. A sentiment making night. That's a good idea, Tracy. Go for it, Jody. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna say I know clearly what you're talking about.
Oh, it will all become clear very soon.
Right.
And it can totally take the heat too.
Yes.
Do we have
You
any
can
more
foil it.
puns?
Yes, I have one coming. You can foil it like it's hot. You know?
Love it.
That one took me a second.
I am very much a cheesy joke kind of girl, so that's right up my alley.
Yes, same.
Okay, so I
And
put
when
my
these
little
cover plates get all these like mess all over my plates, just a little tip, I don't pick them off. I get one of my cover plates and just scrape it off.
great. I don't like to mess up my nails, so I do find something to scrape it
Yes,
off with too. But that's a great use for a cover plate.
exactly.
I love it so much.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
did
heat
you
set this.
go for it? Did you all know that the Pink Fresh Studio gems are on 50% off sale right now? So if you want a little bling for your cards, now's the time to pick up some Pink Fresh. Are they the jewels? The gems? What are they
Yes,
called? Jewels.
the jewels only, yes.
The jewels only, not like the metallic drops, but like the jewels. And I'm trying to find the ones I want to show you here. These guys.
I hope my
These
head's not in the
guys.
way.
Oh, you're good. You're totally good. Christine T says she loves your sidewalk. I know that was such a
Oh,
fun, just such a fun little addition that Jody, she winged it on that. I'm so proud of her.
oh, look, it's 157. So, ding! I have my sentiment. Wasn't that amazing? I cut it and stacked it and all that in 3 seconds.
That was awesome.
Right.
That's like the magic of television crafting right there, you
Exactly.
know?
I put the raw dough in the oven and pulled out the cooked one. So I had this
Yes.
ready because, I'm not trying to be upset. So I'm trying to put on a good show for y'all.
Carm says, Jules just stocked up. Awesome. You should be ready to just shine your cards right up. I'm just adding a few here. I'm kind of just giving Jody some time I'm playing over here is what I'm doing. It's hard to know how long something's really going to take you to make. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's really hard to know, like, am I going to have time to do this? And we come in with loose plans. Okay.
All
Kinnery
right.
says in about a minute she's going to pick a winner. I love that. So,
Yay. Someone is going to win a very large prize, and I'm very excited for you in advance.
yes, the full Forest and Fables and Forests, I got those mixed up, release
Yes.
to one lucky winner who's watching us live. And remember, I announced this at the beginning, but I just want to remind you, if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section because we will pick two $50 Pink Fresh Studio digital gift card winners in about a week's time and send those out to you. So I'm watching the comments here
Me too.
and to see if we see our winner. Liked and subscribed. Betsy says, pick me,
Thank
please.
you. Thank
And
you. Thank you.
I just used some green gems to bring in my
Any
green.
Okay, and someone just asked any tips on stacking the sentiments. Yes. Try to get it as close as you can when you overlay it, but then hold it in your hands like this and find little areas that you can kind of pinch so that you make sure that they're lined up correctly.
Yes. And use liquid glue because liquid glue will help you be
Yes.
able to slide that in. So the Pink Fresh Studio clear glue is a perfect. Okay, we have a winner. I'm just like Sue Crease, congratulations. You're the winner of the giveaway from this live. You're going to email
Yay.
customer service at pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize. Keep in mind, your prize won't go out until the release is actually live, but you will get that full Fables and Forest release. So, congratulations, Sue. What an exciting prize to win. What a beautiful, I love all your pinks, Jody. Just
Oh,
looks
thank
so good.
you.
And the sidewalk looks amazing. Looks amazing. Do you want me just to take it out and end it face to face, or do you want to come back in with your face? You let me know.
I'll come back. I've got
Okay.
to say thank you to all these amazing ladies.
Yes. So why don't you work
Okay.
on that? I'll come up here and just thank you all for being here. Keep in mind the forest, that I keep mixing up the order of the words. The Fables and Forest release will be live next week, September 23rd. So you'll want to make sure that you join us for that release. Of course, there will be blog hops and there will be Instagram hops to celebrate this, and there will be all kinds of just wonderful, wonderful prizes to be had, and you'll have a great time on release day. So don't forget to join us September 23rd for that. And we'll be live here again at 10 or noon Central Time. It's 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. Jody's back.
And yes, thank you all so much for your warm welcome, for hanging in there with me, for playing along with my, magic of television. It's fine. I finished a card, so yay.
That's awesome. And everybody's saying you did such a great job. So we'll end it here. Thank you again for joining us, whether you're watching live or on the replay. We hope you'll hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and click that notification bell so that you're notified every time we post a video or every time we go live, because Pink Fresh Studio gives the best prizes. Thanks for joining me, Jody. I was so happy to craft alongside you today. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.
Bye. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Kennery.